Ever wonder why you feel broke even though the news says the average household is making over $120,000 a year? You get a raise, but the money just seems to disappear. You look around and everyone else looks like they are doing fine. But are they really? Here's the cold, hard truth. Almost 70% of people are living paycheck to paycheck right now, and that includes half of the people earning six figures. So, have you ever asked yourself, is the math wrong, or were you just never taught the actual rules of the game? Let's look at the real numbers. Science says your brain is easily tricked by big numbers. When you hear the average income is over $120,000, you feel like you're failing. But here is the literal truth. That number is mathematically skewed. A very small group of extremely rich people drags the average up. The actual middle number, the median, is much lower, around $83,000. You aren't necessarily behind, you're just looking at the wrong number. But there's a second problem happening inside your head. Neuroscience shows that when you earn more money, your brain does not naturally want to save it. It wants to consume it immediately. Your brain releases chemicals that make you feel good when you upgrade your lifestyle. It treats that new money as a signal to buy more things right now, ignoring the future you cannot see. This is why you can earn a high salary and still have $0 left at the end of the month. But ask yourself, why do we believe we can outsmart the market? We think we have a special skill. We think, I'll just sell before the crash and buy back in when it's low. It sounds logical, but is that really true? The math proves it is nearly impossible. If you miss just the 10 best days in the stock market over the last 30 years, your total returns would be cut in half. If you miss the best 30 days, you lose 83% of your growth. The naked truth is that the best days almost always happen right after the worst days. When the market crashes and you panic, your brain screams at you to sell, to stop the pain. But by selling, you guarantee you will miss the rebound that happens days later. You aren't playing the market, you're just deleting your own profit. Then ask yourself, what happens when you shop based on a monthly payment? You walk into a dealership and they ask, how much can you afford per month? You say $1,000. It seems manageable. But here's the reality check. Nearly 20% of new car buyers are now paying over $1,000 a month. You're signing a contract to pay 7 or 10% interest for 6 or 7 years. You're locking your future income into a metal box that loses value every single day. By the time you finish paying, the car is worth a fraction of what you paid, but that cash is gone forever. You're not buying freedom. You're financing a liability that keeps you working longer just to pay for the drive to work. And finally, what if everyone is wrong about what rich actually feels like? We're told that being a millionaire is the finish line. We think, once I have $1 million, I will stop worrying. But who told you that? The data shows that 1/3 of millionaires still feel like they're living paycheck to paycheck. How is that possible? Because they let their spending grow as fast as their income. They upgraded everything. The truth is, financial stress doesn't disappear with more zeros in your net worth. It only disappears with a safety net. Studies show that having just a $2,000 emergency fund sitting in cash boosts your happiness and reduces stress more than spending that money ever could. Peace of mind isn't about being a millionaire. It's about having cash that you do not touch. We need to take a deep breath here. It's easy to feel ashamed when we look at our bank accounts. But ask yourself, does this sound like you? You work hard all week, but you feel a knot in your stomach when a random $400 bill appears. You look on social media and wonder how everyone else is buying houses or traveling while you're still paying off student loans or credit cards. Here's the comfortable reality. We are not broken. We were just never caught the rules. The data proves that low financial literacy costs the average person over $1,000 every single year. We're trying to operate high-tech machinery, our finances, without reading the manual. The system makes spending easy and saving hard. It's not a character flaw that you are struggling. It's simply a lack of training. And the good news is, training is something we can change. Try this. Stop waiting until the end of the month to save what is left over.
There is never anything left over. Your brain will always find a way to spend it. Instead, beat your brain at its own game. Log into your bank app right now and set up one automatic transfer. Just one. Schedule it for the morning of your payday. Move $50 or even just $20 into a separate savings account that isn't connected to your debit card. Do it once and then forget about it. If you don't see the money, you won't spend it. Don't rely on willpower. Rely on a system. Wealth isn't just about the big number on your paycheck. It's about how much of that number you actually keep. So the next time you're about to tap your card, ask yourself this: are you buying this to build a life that looks rich to others, or are you saving to build a life that feels free for you? Think about it and let me know below.